Let's get straight into the reports because I'm getting signal that we might have to be rounding up in terms of the drafting time is right here upon us. But we have to look at a few reports coming in from the home front. So talking about accountability, Barrister Ambazonian, a recent event has reflected a reoccurring pattern of child abandonment across Ambazonian. Over the week, in Boyer's Sandpit neighborhood, a newborn baby was found abandoned by a roadside gutter. This was on Wednesday precisely, still bearing signs of recent birth. The infant is now receiving medical care. Such instances continue to labor the cruel reality across the nation on the human cost the ongoing war has on the innocent population. The residents of Boyer's Sandpit neighborhood were confronted with an appalling sight on Wednesday evening, July 2nd, 2025, where a newborn baby boy still covered in fresh blood with his umbilical cord attached had been abandoned by a roadside gutter, found wrapped in a towel inside a market bag near the St. Teresa of the Child Jesus Catholic Church around 7 p.m. This infant, desperate cries alerted passerbys who eventually intervened, rescuing him from what could have been a fatal exposure, especially with the heavy rains that deluged the area the following day. The child was rushed to the Boyer Regional Hospital for urgent medical attention. Critics are pointing to this event as a direct indictment of the systematic failures plaguing Ambazonia. The ongoing war, a brutal, years-long struggle, has ravaged all zones of Ambazonia, displacing millions, destroying livelihood, and shattering social structures. These manufactured war, coupled with the colonial government's callous disregard for its citizens' welfare, fuels the desperate conditions leading to child abandonment. Newborns are regularly dumped in gutters, farms, markets, and garbage heaps across the nation. Data from La République du Cameroon's Military of Social Affairs, though outdated, also exposes a long-standing crisis of 1,029 abandoned children in 2008, climbing to 1,326 by 2010. While current official figures are suppressed, humanitarian workers confirm the problem has only escalated, driven not just by unwanted pregnancies, poverty, and stigma against single mothers, factors that are themselves exacerbated by the war and governmental inaction, but also by the collapse of familial and community support systems under duress, the colonial government's failure to provide adequate social safety nets, accessible healthcare, and support for vulnerable mothers directly contributes to these atrocities. Meanwhile, there is a unified demand among Ambazonians for fundamental change. This includes not just sexual education and contraception access, but a forceful insistence on the colonial governments fulfilling its obligation to protect the people they claim that are theirs, establish real support system, and create safe havens where desperate mothers can find assistance instead of being driven to abandon their children in such horrifying ways.